It's another one.
What up, dudes?
What's up?
I'm Victor.
I'm Evelyn.
And I'm Mark.
Welcome to the show. We are To Live and Talk in LA.
Dude, Wednesday, 7:30 live on Twitch and YouTube, where typically you're the fourth person on the show, but today we are To Live and Talk in LA. What's up, gang?
What up?
Yo.
It's been a long time coming. And we're so excited because back in February, we had this guest all lined up, and you see her on the screen now. But today, on To Live and Talk in LA, we have a guest, Megan Lomeli, everybody. What up?
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, Megan.
Thanks for having me. So excited.
Timestamp. We've been trying to book you since January 27th.
Man,
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts. I'm so glad we're here. We made it.
Welcome. We're so glad to have
Thank
you.
you. Thanks, guys.
We're
This
really
is
excited.
exciting.
I'm dealing with this cough, which, by the way, it's an allergy, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. It's not a sickness. I was diagnosed by a virtual care nurse online, and I gave her the symptoms. And you know what she had me do? I like how we have guests. I'm talking about myself. She had me.
I thought you were going to intro our guest.
We'll
I
get
guess
to you
the
in a
fuck not.
minute.
It's the Mark
Hear
Show.
about my
Please hold,
allergies.
Megan.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because I'm going to cough during the show, and I need to qualify this because I'm going to sound fucking insane. Because it sounded like I was crying last week, and
It was
it's
so
not a
funny.
sickness. So if you're watching us on Twitch and YouTube, or you listen to Live and Talk Later, which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, however your podcast, you won't get sick because it's an allergy. Okay, so Megan, you stand-up comedian up in the LA area, up and coming, and we are so excited to have you. First things first, I mean, because it's always interesting to me how someone gets into comedy, and I hate to do this, but especially from a female perspective. I think we want to unpack that
A
with
woman's
you.
perspective.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
We don't say
okay.
female on this podcast, Mark.
Is that what it is? I thought I.
Yes.
forgot.
I was saying it
keep
wrong.
flipping
The
it,
correction
dude.
is women.
I've
Okay.
always been right, for the record. I
I don't know
women.
about that statement.
Okay.
Continue,
Okay.
Mark.
From the women's perspective, tell us about your stand-up journey. How'd you get there, and how did you get into it, and where are you at now?
Oh, man. Well, you guys, this is so exciting. This is my first podcast ever. I just want to say I'm so excited to be here.
We love being the
Although-
first.
Yes, you're absolutely the first. And I'm kind of jealous of all your cool backgrounds. And I have this, as you know, audition background ready to go.
That's legit.
At a moment's notice. It's ready to go. I, as most of us, took acting class, right? In Hollywood or LA.
Acting.
Mhm. The acting. And
Acting.
the acting. And the last class of my acting journey was a stand-up class. And I've told many people this. I thought it was kind of like one of those throwaway elective classes. Like, yeah, it's fun. It's like art, right? I fell in love with it. Because I realized
Throwaway class,
it is the
art.
yeah, art,
Sorry,
right?
keep going.
Yeah, like elective. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
yeah, not like a core. I know.
I get
The
it.
districts agree. They would get rid of that
It's
too.
funny. Yeah.
I know, even though we should put more money into the arts. So
fact.
the last class, and I realized this is the only art form that you can control the narrative completely and you deliver as yourself or whatever persona you choose to have on stage. And that is controlled 100% by you. So acting, you're using a script that a writer has written and a cinematographer puts their creative stamp on and a director directs, etc. But for a stand-up comedian, it's your thoughts, it's your content. And that was something that was really powerful to me because if you are up and coming and you're learning, the audience is going to tell you, or if you're really great and everyone loves you, the audience is going to tell you. So that's kind of why I fell into it, because I thought, wow, look at all these people just up there bearing their soul and, trying to make people laugh, because the world's hard enough. Like, let's laugh a little bit. Let's relax a little bit. Let's poke fun at stuff that's like a common experience. So that's why I did it, is can't take life that seriously. Like, it's serious, but you got to have balance. So it's my balance.
Balance is necessary.
And
And
I
think so.
class.
You should.
I'm not trying to say
I don't think I'm funny enough for it, but I want to try it.
You'd be surprised.
We took an improv
No, I'm just
class and it was
kidding.
fun. So I feel like, yeah, everyone's like, you know what? Maybe you don't.
I'm like,
Just-
Victor, I don't know.
we don't want to tap into that. I think that's going to be a little much. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. We'll mull it
Actually,
around.
Megan, I've been selling them on doing stand up for a while. I thought like they should at least
See?
go through the experience of doing it just to
He
get that
has.
muscle.
That's true.
And I feel like they would have a good time doing it. Whether you would be good is like that's up to kind of what your perspective is. But I think like just to have that under your belt, it's a very special experience that you can never really explain. You can try to explain it, but like you have to live it.
For
I
sure.
think you just want to see me bomb and fucking crash out on stage. He wants to see me cry.
No.
He just
maybe
wants
not.
to see me go up there and talk shit about him for a full 5 minute set, like
Yeah, maybe
ragging
that's
on
our
Mark the
inspiration.
entire time. I don't feel like I'm actually that funny, but the one thing I do contribute to this podcast is being typically the only woman. But in the chat, they're shouting us out for not one, but two women on the show today. And I'm just realizing both times we've had a comedian on, at least since I've come on, we've only brought on women. So I don't know. I think maybe we should just not bring on any additional male comedians. Mark can take that slot. And only women moving forward in honor of Megan. That's just a thought. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
that's very kind of
mean-
you. And shout out to the listeners and everyone leaving those comments. It's very kind of you. And I really have learned a lot from male and female comedians, men and women comedians, all of it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I will
Nice
say,
catch.
So brave.
I have not had an experience of doing a lot of open mic nights with women. It's mainly men from my experience that I've, interacted with. Now I do have some female friends and, comedians that I've met over the years and through doing shows with years. It's been like 2 years. But I think that there are more women doing stand-up now than in the past, which is a major, major move forward. But there is definitely a perspective that women have, and I think it's important that they share their stories, just like it's important that men share their stories, but in a different way. So yeah, thanks. That's really great.
I guess
More of that.
We should be proud of Mark for bringing the women, and shout out to Deja Favreau who came
Yeah.
on I think months ago
Love me
now.
some Deja Favreau.
Yeah, she's hilarious. But okay, Mark, we'll allow it. Mark's right about one thing: the women comedians.
Actually, like I had to unpack this. Like, I really truly love female comedians. Like that goes through my whole span of like watching I Love Lucy,
Women.
watching 30 Rock with Tina Fey and Liz Lemon. I just like watching, and you also like Megan. You hit a point too, which is like it's a perspective, right? And I've heard dudes' perspectives like all my life, but when a woman is talking, okay, I said right, woman.
Yeah, you got
You're
it.
doing
You got
it.
it.
You're
Good
doing
job. Good job. Go,
Okay,
go, go.
I'm a hero. I'm a hero. Thank you.
Brave.
It is just refreshing to see. But there's also something too. I think, and it's kind of unfair, but women, like if you're like not Nikki Glazer or you're not like these like women's like names, right? If you don't know a name, women have like you're starting at a net negative. I feel like. Do you feel the same way too?
I feel like it's more challenging to enter a scene that traditionally has been male dominated in general, whatever that scene may be, or at least that's the perspective that I have seen. But I will tell you that in like the case of Nikki Glazer, who I look up to her so much, and one of the reasons I look up to her is she like busted down those boundaries, like the types of jokes that she relays. Like she's not afraid of anything. She's not afraid of offending anybody, and I respect that because her delivery is so tight and her jokes are intentional. She's not just throwing stuff at the wall. So I think she has opened a lot of doors for female comedians because now with her and like Eliza Schlesinger and like just like Tina Fey, just all sorts of different types of female comedy, it goes to show you that you don't have to stick with just one niche. Like there's different ways to bring humor. And so if that's your style, great. And if that's not your style, then find something that fits your personality. So
Yeah.
Walk us through what it looks like before you go on stage. Like I want to go before that, but like it's stage time. You're like you're up next on deck. Like what's going through your mind as you're going up there?
don't trip. No, I'm just kidding. So
It's important.
yeah, I have really started to really pay attention to the other comedians that go on before me because I think that it does two things for me. A, I want to be supportive of the other artists, right? I want to be out there and hear what they have to say and hear their perspective. But B, sometimes there's stuff in their set that either relates to what's in my set or is the opposite of what's in my set. And if I'm able to provide commentary on that in a funny and meaningful way, it kind of enhances and gives them a little shout out, a little throwback. So sometimes right before I go up there, I'm extremely nervous. And anytime, like, it doesn't matter if you've been up there 1 or 50 times, like, it's okay to get nervous. But somebody very wise once told me nervous energy is the same energy as excitement physiologically. So when you're nervous, it's just excitement. And if you can reframe that in your brain, just know that you're just really excited. So normally I try and calm my excitement down before I just get on stage. Because when I'm nervous and I tell jokes, I speed up and then they're not funny. So I have to slow down. Yeah.
That's true. Comedy is really deliberate in that way. But that's a fun, like, I mean, the excitement thing, I do that too. That's a great tactic. Thank you, Megan, for bringing in coping strategies here.
Yeah, that's smart.
If you're nervous, just pretend you're excited, and it actually does help your brain. But that is so cool to hear that you hear what other folks are doing. Like, why not pull yourself out of the, like, grossness of your own anxiety and then just, like, enjoy comedy?
I mean, I appreciate that, but at the same time, sometimes if you're trying to remember your set, it doesn't help. So it's like
touche.
Yeah. So it's not for everybody. So no offense if you're the kind of comedian that really needs to get in the zone. That works for you. More power to you, Yeah.
I love it when comedians do a dope transition. Like, you go on and you make like some funny quick joke about what the other person was saying and then like transition in. I'm like, dude, this person is legit. So that's just as like a simple man in the crowd. When comedians do that, notes to both of you guys, that is the best. We love that. So
note taken.
I get it. It's hard though, I'm sure, to try and think of something funny in the moment, or like you're getting your shit together and I'm like, damn, I got to come up with something. But I do love that.
I appreciate that, and I'm gonna take that with me. One time,
okay, dude, I don't care.
Well, no, I do care. One time, there was someone that made a joke, and it was around Christmas time, so there were a lot of like jokes about the holidays happening, and there was a joke that was really similar to mine, and I was like, oh, how am I gonna do this? So I ended up just going on and like referencing their joke and like transitioned into my joke, but it's tricky because you never want to take anyone else's joke, right? So like I could have chosen to drop the joke, but what I tried to do, and I'm not sure how successful I was at it, to be honest, is I tried to like build on it and, give them credit and then also do mine, because at that point I had practiced my set, right? Like I had it down. Yeah. So if I were to drop that joke, that would be like a section of time pulled out of that set. So being flexible is something I'm working on. There's always things to work on. Mark, have you experienced that too?
Yeah, and like, because sometimes it'll happen too, like because you don't want to be that comic that's like, hey, you ripped that joke off, and like, there's different thoughts that go through my head when it is, which is like, no one knows who I am, so I'm gonna just stand on business, and that's my joke, and like, whatever. The other times I'll kind of do what you do, is I'll reference him, like, he told my joke. Like, that was my joke, but I'm going to do it again and repackage it, and then I'm going to just tell you again anyway, and we'll see. Like, I acknowledge it. But like, because, like,
do you say that to the audience?
Sometimes, yeah.
That sounds like something he would say. I totally can see that happening.
Yeah.
But, like, it also, like, a lot of times I actually don't see, like, the early beginning of the set. So, for context, me and Megan have performed on the same showcases a lot of times, and I've built a relationship with Megan where I'm like, all right, Megan's going on, I'll be mindful of her, and I'll come watch her. If it's anyone else, usually I'm like I'm like chain smoking, because I'm like, I'm nervous, so I'm just chain smoking like an Armenian in the back, just like lighting them up and throwing them, and I'm like, I'm in my head. But then I'll try to make a point to kind of watch certain comedians I kind of build friendships with, because like, actually, I think I've said this before, I don't make a lot of comedian friends. So like, you're in the special circle where
I feel so honored.
I don't like hanging out with comedians. I don't know where you're at with that. There's like you, Deja, I love Sally, I love Vargas. But like, in general, like, comedians are just miserable people for the most part. And I'm like, I just don't want to do open mics with you. This isn't my
Maybe I am a comedian. So they're just miserable all the time?
Yeah.
That's what you got from that.
Part. Yeah. That's easy.
I think maybe we should try stand-up.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Listen, that's not the message. What Mark's trying to say. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to reframe your thing. But no, I definitely see that there's a lot of people that use comedy as an outlet, right? And that might mean that maybe they're not the best
How they cope.
communicators in real life, or maybe, whatever. But yeah, I don't have a ton of comedian friends either. Part of that is I don't go out of my way to be, super friendly and have a bunch of extra time to spend with people. I'm sure they're delightful, but like you said, there's a certain group of people that you've worked with enough and you realize like, hey, you're a normal human. Like I would like to spend bonus time with you outside of showtime because you seem cool and chill. But no, and I do, when you find those people that support you and want you to do well and you want them to do well, it's like it's a friendship. It's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. It can be whether it's comedians or people in your life. But yeah, comedians are a special breed. All of us are just have that one little thing that just has a desire to share and make people laugh, and whether that comes from a place of grief or whether that comes from a place of learning, like we all have our story.
Um, like, do you know who it makes me laugh because there's a specific type of
He's
person.
like, grief.
I know, he's like, I laugh in the face of danger. What is this grief?
There's a specific type of person who will occasionally do stand-up, and I cannot stand fucking being with them in the green room or in the back. Do you know what type of person I'm talking about?
Wait, I think, is it the one that's trying to make the other comedians laugh?
It's the improv person. The person who's coming from improv, because that person is always fucking on. That person is always making jokes, and I'm like,
yeah, see, I was close.
yeah,
We're close. I was like, I don't know where he's going with this, but yeah.
Like, improv people who do stand up are the worst. Like they won't shut the fuck up, and I'm like, dude, just relax. I don't want to be like we are all miserable people here. Like we're all freaking out, and like what this person is doing, because it's improv, and improv is a group activity of all lifting each other up. Stand up is a complete opposite. You're on an island by yourself, and there's no one to save you. Like
live or die.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't have the luxury of having Victor on the other side of the stage saying yes and pulling me out while we do zip zap zop. It doesn't happen that way. So like I have to like fend for myself, and like I don't need Mr. Improv guy or girl to try to lighten the mood.
Nice.
Woman, get out of here. I hate you. That's my thoughts.
Well, I'm really sorry you've been hurt in a green room, Mark. I feel like I wasn't there to save you. And I think if I had been there, I would have like escorted the improv person away from you and said, don't talk to him, he's focusing. Let him chain smoke in peace.
That's a true homie right there.
Yeah, but I feel like I let you down, bud. Real sorry.
No, you weren't there for that.
Okay, I figured because I'm like,
he's miserable. It's fine.
yeah.
I have a question based off of what you guys were saying earlier. Do you guys memorize your set? Like, do you like walk through it word for word? Is that typical for a comedian?
It is the way that I was told is most effective. I'm sure some people
What's the
don't.
alternative? Reading it?
No, you just spark note it,
winging
throw
it,
a couple of times.
No way.
Well,
I'm
I know,
putting
for
this heat
example,
on Evelyn. What do you think they're doing?
Well, I mean, if
Sorry,
they're
Megan.
not,
No, I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't take
no,
you
I
out,
wanna
but
know
I'm
what
trying to
if
figure
they're
it
not
out.
going like verbatim, right? Like I'm going off of what I would do, right? If I'm not memorizing all the words, I don't think I can memorize all the words. I think I would get lost trying to memorize all the words. So what I'd probably do is like figure out the kind of words that I want, like just shoot it out, and then like jot down notes of the things that I like. And if there's a specific phrase, I'll write that. But I kind of just like keynote it.
I feel like the punchlines need to be very precise, right? Doesn't it have to be like exactly how the word choice is important, right? So you memorize, Megan.
I'm not a comedian, you
do.
guys. I don't know.
Mark, do you memorize?
I memorize the main points. There's a couple things I memorize. It's the punchline and it's the setups, the jab, because like a lot of times I'm building. There's like certain things I'm saying to kind of add to it, and like the one thing I always try to do is the rule of three. You know the rule of three?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you when you say something funny, you list three. It's always funny in threes for whatever reason. So it's like you say a bag of apples, a bag of oranges, and a bag of dildos. The third one is supposed to be funny and catch you off guard. I'm really big on the rule of three, so I try to use that to build it up. So I try to remember that and the punchline. Everything else is kind of like I
Yeah, you fill in the blanks.
there's an outline, but it's not. I don't memorize the monologue. I'm not acting. I'm not.
That's interesting. I feel like I would have to memorize it.
I'm with you, Victor, and I don't know. So we have two sides of the camp. It looks like half of them are winging it and half of us are memorizing. And you know what? If it works for you, great. And I would never have known that you weren't memorized, Mark. Like, I think you're really well spoken up there. So kudos to you, you know. I
This
didn't
is
know.
my show, so like keep going, but stop. Okay.
Now I'm going to be watching you like a hawk next time we work together. I'm going to be like, made that up.
Can I?
I'm just kidding.
Okay, here's a comedian, like a behind the scenes, like inside the ballpark question, which is, when you're writing your jokes, how do you type them out? Do you write them? How do you do it? Because I have a very specific thing I do.
Yeah, so I'm happy to share, and I know all people that do stand up have a different method, and that's great. So I use like the Notes app or like Trello or something on my phone. There's just like a quick note app, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but as I'm going through my day, whatever that might be, if something happens and it triggers something that could be a funny thought, I'll just quickly write it down and then I'll forget about it. And then at the end of the day or the weekend or whenever I have time, I'll go back and I will type those things out and I'll kind of flush it out a little bit more and try and figure out, okay, is this an opportunity for a rule of three? Am I comparing it to something? Is it going to be a longer story? Am I doing an act out? Like, how is this funny and how is it transition and why do I want them to know this? What is the point? Like, why am I sharing this? So like I have a set right now and half of the set is about the Oregon Trail and the other half is about like why women wear bras. And those two don't go together. There is no.
They don't? Oh.
They don't.
Love that.
They don't.
Did you find a link between those two things or like how do you set that up?
So no, and that's one of the things that I'm like still need to work on as a stand-up comedian is when I get a larger repertoire of jokes, I can filter in the jokes that have a better transition. Some stand-up comedians, none of their stuff goes together at all, and that's fine. That's how it works for them. But I have enough things that go together within those two topics that it's two parts of the show, right? Like there's this thing and then that thing. Mark, please don't die. Please don't die.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, but like to Mark's point, like everyone has a different way of doing it. So that's my way. And then I start to work things out and then I'll say it out loud because if I don't believe in what I've written and it doesn't make sense to me in my mind, then when I say it out loud and I'm confused, no one's going to think it's funny because there's a grown woman standing on stage confused about what she wrote. Like, that's not funny. No one's going to laugh at that. So oftentimes,
you don't know.
I mean, pretty sure it's not funny. Pretty sure. Had some experience.
I have to physically write it out. I have to physically write out it's to the point where like I used to have a notepad, now I write my iPad, and it just looks like a manifesto. Because how I structure everything, it looks insane, but I have to write it out. Because if I don't physically write it, I forget it. And there's been times where I've blanked out on stage, and it's because I started typing it, it doesn't work for me. I have to actually write it out.
Like,
it helps,
like with your hand, by your hand.
With my hand,
okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I do not
I write
have
like a
patience for that, but I
caveman, and I
salute
hold
you.
a pencil like that, and I just start writing.
Like a crayon.
Yeah.
I believe that. That's 100% in my. I have an additional question for you, Megan, from the producer man himself, who doesn't show his face here, but he's here. You can see him, but the public can't. He's curious. 2 questions from this guy. Number 1, he said, "A, where are you from?"
Oh, I'm from Southern California, born and raised here in LA. Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are from this area. You guys from here too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of Angelinos in the room. I'm like a suburb, but people don't know.
Yeah, suburb.
Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up going to Diamond Bar High School and then went to the University of Laverne and then went back a couple more times to university. Yeah. And then, yeah. And then lived in Hollywood for a while. And then COVID, and we all know how that happened. So, yeah, always Southern California. My family's local. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we love you a little extra then on to live and talk in LA.
Thanks. We all get it. We all live and work in LA.
we get it. His second question, producer man, what's your LA hot take? Do you have one?
Ooh, yes. So I can't take complete credit for this because I was talking with a comedian friend of mine yesterday about this. So it's a shared feeling, if you will. It seems to me that people that are from LA like it for the most part, like they enjoy being here in general.
Mhm.
But if people are not from LA, like transplants who came here, whether it's for the city or for a job or whatever, whenever you talk to them, they're like, yeah, I can't wait to get out. Like LA, not the best, kind of gross. Like, so like if you're, I know, right? Like, feel free.
Leave.
Step.
Yeah.
But
We have too
those
many
of us
people
that are
here.
from here, there's like a place in our heart. So my hot take is you're really an Angelino if you really like it here, even though it has its issues. We all know LA not perfect, right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
there's something about it. We're a melting pot. You know, we all have a little bit of the struggle bus that we ride every day to and from work. So
Right.
it's, you got to be here. You got to be in it. So those people that came here and don't love it, feel free to go.
Bye.
Anytime. We're
Nice to
waiting.
see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of a hot take. I feel like I'm trying to think how many like transplants I know that like love it here.
Exactly.
And there's like 2, but one of them has left anyway.
See? They don't
So
really
I'm just
stay,
like-
definitely.
The ones
What'd
that
you
come
say?
from like cold places are fucking living it up, dude. I think
Yeah,
it kind of
that's
depends on their
true.
past environment. The ones that are
That's
from
so
cold
true.
climates are like having a ball. They go to the beach. I'm like, I don't even go to the beach. Like, you
Right.
live your life, dude. I'm from LA. I hate the beach, but you go. You go to Dockweiler on 4th of July and fucking
That's a
walk a mile
mistake,
from your
dude.
car.
That's a
you
mistake.
go.
Here's
Enjoy
what- here-
that.
You know what?
Here's my addition to that hot take. It's a
There
cool
we
take
go.
too, which is that same person. I don't want to see you tell me you're from Washington D.C. and 60 degrees isn't cold and you're in a t-shirt and flip flops. Fuck you. Your blood thins out eventually. Don't tell me
It
you're
does.
better than me.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, don't. You're not better than me. Just oh, I'm in a t-shirt and cargo. Like no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
To tack on to Mark, and from what Victor was saying, yeah, you're absolutely right. I have noticed that people from here don't usually go to the beach unless they live right by the beach. So from LA, we're like, we're not going to go down to Newport today. Like, we want to go to like Hawaii, Mexico, like any other country beach.
Mhm.
Like any
I'm the
other
like beach cities Angelina. You know, like I'm the
Okay.
one that doesn't quite live in there. I'm the one that does like to see the water all the time.
That's
Victor.
good. Victor's like,
But I have one more shout out actually, which is crazy here. We got a first time chat specifically for you, Megan, from the one and only Savina Christina. So shout out Savina on the pod. When you're new in the chat, if you're still here, you have to share a fun fact about yourself. So throw that in the chat.
Thank you for reminding us that we want to learn about you,
Yeah.
everybody. So on the stand up train that we're doing here, I wanted to talk to you and us to talk about this in the show because I have never freaked out. Like usually when I do stand up, I'm kind of like I am kind of I try to look cool and I try to keep it together. Inside, I'm fucking freaking out. My Apple Watch tells me every 10 minutes my heart rate is too high. It tells me all the time.
That's funny.
Love that.
But I try to
Dude,
keep it all
chill.
together. Megan and Deja, and there's like some other people, like are kind of in a very specific network that I can call upon, which is I have someone who says like, hey, I do these events for apartment complex. They're kind of high end apartment complexes. You can do stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to do stand up for these people for a very like specific like mixer night, and they've been in
Mhm.
Orange County and all these places. I said, cool. I've done a few. Megan, you haven't done all of them, but you did this specific one I wanted to talk about because they've been pretty small for the most part. It's like, hey, they're in like in a pool hall, a small area. It's nice and relaxed. You're doing stand up to people who live in this complex where they have like a fucking yoga studio and a podcast studio. It's crazy. It's like it's
Massive. Yeah.
It's such a weird thing. And then we do this one place. I think it's in Santa Ana. I think it's in Santa Ana. And we're like, oh, we're on the rooftop. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I
Dope.
didn't know like what to expect. I was like, all right, cool, Darren. Like, it's your event. Let's go. I take the elevator up, and the rooftop looks like a Vegas pool party. And it's like, I'm not exaggerating. The pool looked like it was like Olympic size pool. It was massive.
Yeah.
There were people from front to back. Like it was just huge.
Yikes.
And they told us that they had to extend the spot because there's a lot of people who came out. It felt like there was like 100 people there. like 150 people
least.
there,
Yeah.
and there was
Okay.
3 of us doing stand up. 3 of us doing and like it went from this whole thing of like, hey, we're doing this intimate open mic where we get to riff and have fun, to
You're putting on a show, dude.
putting
Yes.
on this weird show. And I wanted to ask you, like, tell me about your perspective of that day, and then I wanted to unpack this with you too.
So I always think it's fun when you invite me to go to some random high-end apartment place and do a show, because I never know if we're going to be on the rooftop near a pool or in a, utility area or in a bar. Like, I never know, and it's so fun. So to his point, there's like airplanes going overhead. It's like at the top of a very tall, like really lovely apartment condo building. The pool, because it was so big, there's people over on this side just with their lounge chairs and their margaritas, and then there's like people over here that are with their dogs like 4 feet from you because it's so crowded. And the microphone was like right next to the pool, so don't fall in.
Yeah.
And so you're talking and you're doing your set and you're trying to connect with people, but there's so many people on different sides that you're like, okay, which jokes are they going to hear and which are going to connect with them? Because there's a wide, diverse variety of people. Like, you can look in the audience sometime, you're like, okay, these are like kind of my age, or okay, it's skewing a little bit older, or I think I've got some Gen Zs in here, like these types of jokes. Nope, it was mom walking a dog. It was, all kinds of things. So you let me do a 40-minute set that day, and that was pretty epic. I talked about all kinds of random things. I talked about the struggles of putting on pantyhose. I talked about being an adult Girl Scout. I talked about all kinds of random stuff, because I realized there were 3 of us and then we needed to fill an hour. So we did it, and it was so fun.
40 minutes.
You did
Oh,
40
man.
and he did 10 and the other person did 10, is that right?
No, Mark was the host. Mark hosted us, so he did like
Oh,
interstitials,
I
and
see,
he'd do
he's in
like
between.
some jokes at the beginning, and then he'd like go back and do jokes. But
That's
that
a lot
was
of
so
time.
fun. I would go back and do that in a
Wow.
heartbeat.
That's
That was
incredible.
so fun.
You
Yeah.
have such a good outlook on it, because I wanted to fucking yak in the pool. Because like I didn't know what to expect. Like, again, I didn't expect to see that. It's to the point where
Yeah.
like you're doing jokes and like there was a 5-second delay because I had to travel all the way through to the back of the people, and like you can't hear anything. Like there's literally no feedback. The only feedback you're getting is the plane flying over from like
Exactly.
Santa Ana to Palm Springs. You're like, I don't know how to like I can't ingest this data right now. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
Arrow 404 out on this thing, because
Right.
it's freaking me out. And like it was this odd thing that I never want to live again. But like because
thought
you're
it was
down
fun.
with it, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Megan said,
Yeah.
let's do it again,
Oh
dude.
my
She
God,
said
dude.
round 2, doubling down.
It's good practice, and it's one of those things where, was the audio perfect? No. To your point, like, you kind of almost had to check in with the folks at the back to say, was that one good? Because I can't tell if you're laughing. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, with that kind of time, you can try those things that you've been working on and see if they hit. You can have the luxury of a little bit more space, so that those of us that get nervous and tend to speed up when we talk can slow down. Yeah, I mean, it's not the stage at the improv, it's the stage at the local pool. It's fine.
The stage.
Did you
Different
have
The
40
theater.
minutes of material, or was it like a half hour and then you just started doing crowd work, like making fun of people's
Oh.
dogs? Like, how did you fill the time?
I appreciate you thinking that I could possibly be good at crowd work. I need to work on that. That's a skill I need to get better at. I feel like
Well,
I'd
it's
be
no
like, hi,
prep,
what's
right?
your
You
name?
just
Great.
walk up and start roasting people. So it seems like it's
Yes.
it's evergreen.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's not that easy, dude.
I don't really like
yeah,
it though.
yeah.
There you
I
go.
feel like
Some
Victor
people-
is gonna go up, and that will be his full 40-minute set. He's just
No,
gonna
I hate crowd work.
He's gonna like talk shit about people, and then just be like, "Yeah, whatever, dude."
But how do they practice? They just walk around just roasting people in their brains all day? Like, how do you practice the crowd work? Anyway, sorry, we were talking about a lot of stuff. Go ahead, Meg.
No, it's okay. Like, I haven't cracked that code yet. I think that's
Yeah.
something that I still have to work on. I don't know that Mark does a lot of crowd work. Mark, do you do a lot of crowd work? I don't think you do.
I'll throw snippets of it there. Your grandma was
okay.
one of the people I crowd worked with.
Yeah.
I, like
That
so
was
like
funny.
there was that one where I'm yelling, like I do have a podcast, and because it was her grandma,
Yeah.
so by association
Fair
she's my
game.
Lola. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That was funny.
one of my favorite ones I did was I was telling this cougar, and asked her if she had herpes. Dude, like there's a clip of that I have on Instagram, and like
It's great.
Yeah, it was
That
actually
sounds like you.
it was actually a very terrible day for me that day to do
Yeah.
stand up. But I remember going up there and there was like cougars in the crowd. Like everywhere I looked, there was and there was right in the front row. And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, cougars. And someone was talking about it and they said she had herpes. And I was like, "So you have herpes, huh?" And then she got up and started like dancing. She was all into it.
Oh hell yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
A cool.
She owns it.
She owned it.
This is
yeah.
why I memorize my set and do not deviate
Don't,
from the set.
don't deviate
Like,
from the plan. Don't deviate from the plan.
If I have to say I had a bad day because I talked about cougars and herpes, like that's not part of the plan. Not part of the plan. We need to abort that mission.
It was part of Mark's plan, though.
Yeah, it actually helped me
guess.
bounce back on that. Hey, Victor,
Good.
can you read the fun fact in the group in the chat?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Savina Christina's
Savina?
fun fact: I'm a Dodger fan since forever, and getting Megan to be too. Nice. But fun fact: for a high school project, I got to go to Dodger Stadium, and they let me control Dodger Vision for an inning. That is pretty cool. They wouldn't give me
Okay,
that power.
I'm
I would
sorry
use it for evil.
me. What is Dodger Vision?
It's the like screen, like the camera on the
So the mega,
Jumbotron.
like,
Yeah.
whoa.
They have
Yeah.
like God cameras all throughout the stadium. They're looking at people and kids jumping and dancing and people doing stuff.
This is
Or
bullshit
chips.
because
High
I always,
school?
Anything.
What
I
a
always want to
dream.
be
That was
on
so
that
fun.
thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Everybody
The
wants to be.
Jumbotron?
Yeah.
You
Me
gotta do
too. What are
crazy
you gonna
shit.
do? Do you know? Like, I have a plan. Do you guys have a plan of what you would do if you ended up on a jumbotron?
Walk
It's not
Hide.
original, but yeah.
Mine is not original at all. I stole it from somebody else. I'm like chugging my beer on camera. Like
Oh, that's dope.
I just want to like because it's
Everybody
everybody
will love
loves it when it's a woman who does it.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So I'm gonna stand a little bit and like, but the bad thing is I'm not great at chugging. So it depends. It's really like I'm gonna do my best, but I'm hoping that there's really like that much left in the
When it
beer
comes down to
when
it,
it comes
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm
Chug it
sitting
and
there
smash.
slow gulping an entire pint, like I will jump off of the top
That's
of
what
that
I
stadium.
should do if they put me on camera. Is just start chugging my beer, but take for fucking ever,
Just, like,
and see
slurp,
if they just cut somewhere else. Like, wait, 1 minute.
They're gonna come back. You're still like,
I
You know
love that
what?
you're.
I think
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say I love
No,
that the
no.
thing you guys want to do is like drink a beer, but like as quickly as possible, knowing you can't. That strikes fear
Yeah.
and terror, Victor, into my heart.
Yeah.
That would
yeah,
be.
I'm so bad at chugging. I always have.
Me
Been. I've never
too.
really been about it. Though.
Yeah.
I've never really tried.
but I would do it on a jumbotron.
Yeah.
No,
Ch-
I would.
chugging a beer, also ripping your shirt off. Either one, good to
Oh,
go
shit.
across all genders too. Guys can do it, women can do it, and it's more well received. But a guy can do it too.
Better when a kid does it because everybody's rooting for the kid. They are.
That's so true.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the beer
Victor.
part though. Not the
Yeah.
beer part. Maybe not
Yeah,
the beer
not
part.
the beer.
Yeah.
No, not the beer part. The shirt.
Yeah. I mean,
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm all for the beer thing. Did you see that one clip of this one guy caught a foul ball and gave it to this kid? There was two kids and a dad. He gave it to the younger kid, and the little kid didn't. It was like whatever, and he threw the ball back into the field, and then the older brother started crying really hard.
Aw.
Oh no, I have not seen
Little
that.
frick.
No.
Shit.
That's hilarious.
I love that stuff, dude.
He was trying to do the right
I
thing.
love I cannot get enough and inject into my veins. There's car chases, and there's also people who catch the ball and steal it from a kid. That
Oh
is
my
like
God,
that
they're
is
so
such like a
bad.
it's such like
Those people
it's
suck.
I do love
it's
to see
my
them
house-
though.
it's my housewives. You know, like the Guatemalan loves
Mhm.
housewives and feeds off that drama. I feed off that drama of that person like losing their livelihood because they stole a ball from a kid. I love that shit, dude.
Dude.
Well, and it's so instinctual. It's like you're seeing live on camera what someone's made out of because it's happening in a split second and they're not having
Yeah.
time to like think about, like process
The
it. So
worst
you're kind of like,
instincts.
yeah, the worst
You
instincts
judge,
are coming out,
dude.
man.
Judge away.
Yeah.
My other
Yeah.
favorite place to judge people, grocery store parking lots. If they
Like
leave
how they
their
park?
cart, like if they
Oh.
leave their cart, I'm judging. I saw this woman the other day leave her cart like 5 feet away from where the carts were at. And I was literally like, I stared at her the entire time. She's like grabbing her bags and she looks at me and I just kept staring. I watched her while she walked away. I was very sad.
And it's always like, I have kids. It's like, fuck you, dude. You're like, no, absolutely
No.
not.
Tell your kid to go put it back, dude.
Yeah.
Like they'll do
I'll
it.
take that up a notch, dude. I don't even take the cart out of the store. I'm so helpful. I leave it in the little pile, and I just carry all my groceries on my
Me
arms
too.
down
Me too.
like a fucking maniac, dude. One trip only. I don't
That's
do
I'm
right.
carts,
picturing
dude.
you. I'm picturing you struggling out to the car, just like held down by your bags. Like
The-
I will not
One day
take
my
I wanna
girlfriend's
do
just
one
watching,
trip.
like, do you need
Yes.
help? I'm like, no, leave me behind. There's
His
a
hands are, like,
cart in my.
peeling.
But
This sounds ghetto. There's a shopping cart in my building parking lot, and I'm like, who brought this contraband here, dude? We don't do this here.
That's right. See, judge people
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
I do.
Megan, you got fans coming in. We have Gabby and
fans.
Tiff saying yes. Megan loves these sports.
These
Oh, yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
The
They
sports.
Are you not
That's-
actually a Dodger fan?
no, they're giving me a hard time because I don't really know a lot about the sports. I call them all the sports and I lump them all together. So like, go sports, do the
Wow.
thing, win the points. Like I don't
They
know.
all got points. They all
Um,
got balls. It's fine.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
want any of those balls flying at my face. You know, like we don't want any of that.
Touche.
Speak
Yeah.
for yourself,
So-
girl.
Well said. I don't want any balls
Love it.
flying in my face.
Yeah.
either.
And
Yeah.
Sabina and Tiffany and Gabby, they know. Like they know sports. I love to go. I love to drink with my ladies and friends. But like,
Yeah.
if someone says, "What's the score?" I'll be like, "Let's see what the board says." Like I don't know. I'm not paying
That's
attention.
fine.
So let's say
Yeah.
you ended up on a jumbotron.
Great.
What are you doing? Like, are you just like, hi guys?
I would probably hide her. I'd be like, "Pass." Like I would just.
Just the people that are just like, no.
I would probably do one of those things where you just like freeze because I would be like, well, I got nothing. Like I'm not chugging. Like
That's
that
my
would not
fear.
be happening.
My
Yeah.
fear is that although I would want to chug it, that I'm gonna be like, and then the camera's already gonna be gone, and I'm just gonna be like, opportunity lost.
You got to
Yeah.
react, dude. You got to
Yeah.
just do what dude feels right. You got to waste that $20 bill of beer drinking it in 5 seconds. It's worth it. I
There's
want to
no
get
other
caught in the
way.
kiss cam, but they don't get me on, dude. I'm
I
always
want to
ready.
get caught on the kiss cam with my beer. That's the bigger dream.
Sure.
You know
Like-
what? That would be a great. Hey, Savina, do that segment. The ladies with their beer kiss cam. Oh my gosh, everyone would
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Everyone
That's
would
a
love
big
that.
one.
People love a
Dude.
kiss cam. We love to see love.
Yeah, we love.
My favorite is when it's like two people that are like, no, that's my dad, or like, that's my brother. And I'm like,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Kiss.
That's when I see him yell like, "That's my stepsister." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! You know what to do."
Perfect.
Aw.
Let's get it.
Just what I wanted.
Yeah.
So there's two
For
kinds of
the
comedians.
boys.
That
Yeah,
kind
two
and this
kinds of
kind.
comedians. Mark,
I'm-
what are you doing on the Jumbotron, bro?
I'm doing.
I
a
know you
shopping
have a
cart.
plan.
I'm doing a shopping cart. Yeah.
Are you really?
I'm doing a shopping cart, and I'm gonna like, yeah, you gotta do a dance. But then also, like, as I'm doing a shopping cart, I'm not just adding things to my cart. I'm reading the labels and making sure they're caloric friendly. They have the protein. I'm like making sure, like, and I have to do the pondering face. Like, I
Not this
think
one.
not this one, but maybe I can be a little
He's gonna
better.
be like-
yeah, this is the store brand. So like, it's gonna be a little like jivey and fun, but it's gonna be a little pause and like, oh, he's thinking about it. I wonder what he's gonna go with. Yeah,
He's gonna like put it back. They're gonna be like, oh,
yeah.
and he'll actually pick it back up, and they're gonna
Yeah.
be like, yeah.
And
I
then
can see
but
that.
here's a twist: is I put something in the wrong, like I put the meat that I picked up in the wrong aisle, and I have to go back and then undo that travesty.
Those people are the worst.
They're not
that's-
gonna know
that's
what's
like a
happening. That's too
Deep
much.
backstory to
It's
this
a lot.
1
Yeah.
second moment
You had
on
us.
Lots to
Jumbotron.
follow.
But I mean, that's why I needed to follow me on the journey. Like if you cut
Oh.
too early, the story doesn't make any sense. Like you have
It's
to
gonna
give
be
me
you
the
looking
full-
confused.
Yeah,
He's
the whole
just gonna
5
start doing a
minutes.
stand-up set.
Yeah.
No mic.
That's
Just read
that's
my
literally
lips.
he's
Here we
miming,
go.
dude. He's just
Yeah, that's a mime.
You mentioned earlier, Mark, that you brought in Megan's grandma into your set, and Megan, you brought your own grandmother into the set. I caught your
Yeah.
like Halloween spokes and jokes. And I'm curious, how did your grandmother react to being like the subject? Was that the first time that you've used her as the subject of your comedy?
So she loves being the subject of comedy. In fact, sometimes she's able to come to some of the shows and she'll say, I'll come to the show if you put me in your set. And so I have jokes specifically that I tell when she's there about
Nice.
her.
Yeah.
And she's a hoot, man. She's 97. She's still
Wow.
moving around, like
That's
very
crazy.
active. And she has lived an amazing life, and she has done a lot of weird stuff. Um, she has autobrewer's disease. That's the one where your body turns sugar into alcohol. So I have a joke that talks about that, and it talks about, don't give her sugar because she's drunk already,
Yeah.
and that actually happens a lot.
Just like Jesus, water into wine.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
the god of a
Something
different
like
kind. Yeah.
Something like that. So she's so funny, and she loves laughing, and she loves when people are telling jokes about her because it reminds her of all of the crazy that she's lived in her life. So, and she's done a lot of things. Like I talk about that. I talk about how, she doesn't like tattoos, but she has a face full of them because she has like permanent eyeliner and permanent lipstick. And
My
so
grandma has that too.
yeah, it's like part of the thing that was cool.
I
back
had that
then,
conversation with my mom where she hates tattoos, and then I was like, one day she was like, "Should I get my eyebrows like microbladed?" And I was like, "Perfect moment. I've been waiting for this my whole life, Mom. You know that's a tattoo, right?" And she goes, "Ah, then I don't want it." So she didn't
Not just a
fall
tattoo.
for it, but that's pretty common for our Hispanic moms and
Yeah.
sisters.
And because they
Can I
don't
ask a
have to put on
question
makeup,
about the sugar alcohol thing? That's fascinating.
course.
So what if you give her like a McFlurry? Is she just like shit wasted, or like how much sugar are we talking about here? I just need a little more info.
Yeah, so it kind of, from my experience of watching her, it kind of goes in stages, right? So she's a lightweight when it comes to food because she's a little older, so her stomach's a little smaller. So if she eats anything that has sugar or turns into sugar, like bread metabolizes into sugar. So it doesn't have to be much. Like she's giggly, her cheeks are red, she's having a good time, she's cracking jokes. She is a hoot. She loves flirting with the men. So watch out, because if you hang out with grandma, she's going to be telling you like all the jokes, and she thinks it's so fun. So
that's actually
she's
so
a hoot,
cool.
man.
So we need to get her on stage.
Yeah,
she's hilarious.
I'm a flirt with her and give her some bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, ew.
What's up?
Well,
leave grandma alone,
and just have like a dope buzz going all day. Just
I know.
Pop a Skittle. Like, I mean, not to make light of it. I'm sure it's kind of a pain.
No.
But it also has its perks, I think.
She seems. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of negative something associated with it, but nothing that we have witnessed.
Does she get hungover?
I don't know where that line is, because after a certain point, you can't really tell. Like she just gets giggly, and it's not like she's out there driving. Like she doesn't, drive. So she's just having fun, giggly, and then she's like, "I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed." And she'll take a nap, and she'll wake up, and we'll start all over again. So it's just like,
holy cow,
dude! Ask grandma.
Yeah. So if she drinks
really cool.
back to Victor's point, if she drinks a McFlurry, does her speech get McSlurry?
Yes, so McSlurry, Mark. That was a good one. Evelyn's like,
not bad. But it's not the worst one that I've heard, but it's not the best either. You have more in the tank, Mark.
Oh, come on.
She has a sweet tooth, though, Mark. You hit the nail on the head. And don't you dare try and take her sweets away from her. She doesn't like sharing. So don't expect her to share.
Now I'm like, does she like the sweets, or does she like the adverse side effect?
Yes.
Don't know.
Also, for Gabby and Tiff, we do want to hear your fun fact because you're a new listener and a new commenter. We want to know that, so drop it in the chat. Can we talk about you being on Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady?
Yeah.
What the hell is that, dude? Like,
man.
Yeah. Tell us.
That was.
I need to know.
It was
like,
so fun. Yeah.
What happened here? You met Wayne Brady.
I did. He's so nice. Such a. I mean. And you want to talk about an improviser, like he's a genius. Like he's so good. I know. I wanted to go to New York and see him on Broadway, but I just couldn't make. Obviously, it's not just easy to pop over for some of us to go to New York. But she's like, what? But no, so nice, so talented. I went on the show with one of my good friends, Charity, and she's like, oh, we got to do this thing. We got to do this thing. So we dressed up as a rainbow and a sunshine, and we went on, and he selected me. I was so excited, and I didn't realize what the game show would be, really, but I get to go to Paris now. I'm so excited.
Whoa.
So excited. I know. I won a trip to Paris, you guys. It was wild.
That's actually cool.
Yeah. Well, yes. So about 20 years ago, I was on this game show, and you can Google this. I was Instagram famous for like a minute for not good things. My name was not associated with it. I went viral from some other person's account for not winning another game show pretty badly. There was this show called Catch 21 with Alonso. Yep, you can Google it. And I hit on 20. So I was,
No.
yeah,
That
yeah.
sucks.
Oh,
You're
it
so
sure did.
close.
I
Wait,
was
you didn't
so
know how it
close.
worked.
What?
Well,
What was
if
that?
it's called
you-
Catch 21, my guess is you're trying to catch 21 and she caught 20.
Correct. I caught 20 and then
Oh.
hit on 20, which was like, so yeah. You know,
I only know
when
blackjack.
you go
I
on
don't
a
know, but yeah.
yeah, same, you know, he's funny.
Okay.
Man, so you lost
Same.
pretty badly. How'd you go viral?
I lost because someone, okay, back in the day we didn't think internet or social media was going to be a thing, so I thought, yeah, I'm gonna be on this game show, no one's ever going to see that I totally bombed. But someone was watching like Nick at Night or something, and they caught a rerun of this old game show, Catch 21, and all of a sudden I'm starting to get messages from people like, was this you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So it came
Oh,
out of the woodwork.
man.
And yeah, so the reason I share that little embarrassing story was to say I feel like I redeemed myself on
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah.
So it's I felt like it was, I'm so grateful that I got that opportunity to redeem myself, but because for a while I'm like, man, I should just never go on a game show again.
There's a
Like,
joke
did
in
not
there
work out.
somewhere. Have you
Yeah,
already
there has
written
to
it?
be.
There's at least
No.
3.
I'm writing it down in my thing. Yeah, I need to make a joke. So when you can't count to 21, but apparently you can count to Paris or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But Paris is going to be so cool. What do you do? Is it
Yeah.
just like you won a trip to Paris from the show?
So they said, you want a trip to Paris? So it's airfare and hotel is what the trip is. And
It's
so
pretty good.
my husband's never been to France,
Yeah.
and I'm so excited to take him with me. And my friend Charity's in New York, and so we're gonna wave to her as we travel.
Bye,
Yeah,
on the way
bye.
out.
I know. Yeah. So
I love that
yeah,
you
I'm
brought up
excited
your
about it.
husband because this was also a topic of conversation that I was kind of waiting for because you use him as a subject of your comedy as well.
do.
And my brother is also a retired Marine. So I'm like, did you specifically marry a Marine solely to tap into the endless supply of potential jokes? How long ago did you guys get married?
5 years ago.
Dang, so it was
this
pre.
August.
It was pre the
It was
comedy.
pre. Yeah, I had no idea that there was this amazing plethora of
Untapped
jokes.
market.
No idea. But thank you for your brother's service. As you know, it takes
Yeah.
a lot for that type of thing. You know, it affects the whole family, like when someone's gone and the whole thing. So thank you for that.
And likewise to your husband.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, he's such a good sport though. I always ask him and I run my jokes in front of him and I'm like, is that okay? Can I say that? And he's like, you can say whatever you want. Like he's such a good sport. Such a good sport. And he's usually sitting in the front row, and Mark knows this because he's always in the front row, and the comedians know that they can use him if they need to like pick on or whatever, and he just lets it roll off, and he's such a good guy. But yeah, no, normally the jokes are about memory loss or things that happen when you come back from war or you know, being in construction or stuff like that. And
Yeah. Any
they're
crayon
relatable.
eating jokes in there?
no, because I feel like that one's been done. Like
Yeah,
his
you're
favorite
right,
flavor is
you're right.
blue, you know, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Overworked. I get it. You got to
I
find more
know.
interesting angles.
Wait, so is
Yeah,
it
I feel like
Marines love eating crayons? Is that something I'm missing here?
See,
Yeah.
Mark is the one person it would have worked on.
I'm like,
They're known as crayon eaters because they're kind of like they're perceived as like the dumber of the military, which is not true. Okay,
Right.
it's just they do a lot of really aggressive grunt work. So people say they like to eat crayons because that would like poison people in the past. Is that not right? Make them kind of silly.
It's kind of like when kids eat crayons because they don't know any better and they think it's food. That's how I kind of took it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this one tastes delicious. I also took it as like when a lot of the work that the Marines do is very physical and
Mhm.
like you said, involves a lot of like pain and like they get injured, and so they can take it a lot. And so
Yeah.
those people that can take it, like usually you don't find someone who's super intelligent plus has a lot of like
Mhm.
strength. In the case of, I'm sure your brother and also my husband, they do. But you know what I'm saying? Like in general, there's a
Well,
stigma
my brother.
that like that's
No, I'm
not the
just
case.
Who knows?
I'm sure
We're
he's
still up
delightful.
for debate.
Very smart. He's very smart, I'm sure.
He's okay. But it's
Yeah.
it's true. You can't be dumb to do that kind of work. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you got to learn how to put those weapons together and follow procedures. They might not love math, okay, but there's a brain in there for
Brains
sure.
and beauty, you know?
Yeah, and brawn, I guess. Gabby and
Crazy
Tiff
fun.
back with their fun fact for
Ooh,
you.
love it.
Is actually that they went to the same high school as Megan. Also huge Dodger fans, and they also love Megan.
Oh, they're so nice. I love
We
them.
love that.
We also
High
love
school
Megan.
homies are the best. You have homies that are ride or dying here for the
Yeah.
show. That's real love right there.
That is real love. I love them so much.
High school homie, like they're the ones that can call shit out. Like, no matter how big you get, you're like, yeah, whatever. You pissed yourself in second period. Like we'll never forget. You'll always be McShitty Pants, or you'll always be the one who like fell and tripped. Like,
Yeah.
you will always be that person. It doesn't matter
Mark-
how big, famous you
I've
get.
seen you at your worst.
Mark, who are your friends, and why have they hurt you so? Like, I feel
Okay.
like
You
your
should hear
high
about
school
middle
friends-
This
school.
is what guy friends are like,
This
though.
is what
in
guy-
high school.
Man.
Should hear.
As someone who was dumped through the middle school paper and the song recommendation,
Yeah.
the
She killed him.
They dedicated a
They
song to him in
dedicated-
the middle school paper
Mhm.
after getting dumped that said, bye, bye, bye.
and saying bye bye.
This
bye.
is why you're a comedian. That's what had
Yeah.
happened.
He's-
We
I'm
know
so
who hurt
sorry.
him.
Yeah.
Um, Middle school, and plus his circumcision. The real ones know.
We all know about that, too.
The real ones know.
Yeah.
The real ones know. I'm sorry.
Sorry if it was
Yeah.
recent. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
we didn't. That's crazy, right? He was like 12. We talked.
Yeah,
about
it
It's
is
okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
He's
I was
he's worked through it.
I was circumcised after 6th grade.
That's right. You do talk about that.
It's
in
pretty
your-
late.
Yeah.
For those who
I
don't
talk
know,
about that
it's
frequently.
Really
That's
late.
that's actually my icebreaker at work when they say, "Hey, Mark, what's your fun fact?" I'm
Oh
like, "Actually,
no!
I was circumcised after 12."
You
And
use that at work?
yeah, I was like,
Oh, man.
No, you don't.
My life is, it's what is it? BF before foreskin, and then AF after foreskin.
AF.
Because I'm
Do
Mark
you
AF
just-
now, dude.
Mark.
Life.
Mark, do you just bring HR with you wherever you go? Like every meeting you go into, you're like, "Come on, guys, we're gonna go on a
Yeah.
new adventure." Is
He
that how that goes?
specifically does not hire that
I just follow
department.
him around.
I'm
Yeah, I
actually
was gonna say.
I'm the culture hire at work. I bring nothing to the table. You guys,
I don't think that's true.
We have a sub.
A new sub?
So you know what that means, Megan. When we have a new sub, we have to sing a commercial jingle
my
as a group, as a
gosh.
thank you to that. So like, you're the guest. Is there a jingle that you love that like you can join in with us, or you can make us do it if we know it? Is there a jingle that you like, or we can make high speed cable internet pick this jingle too?
I love the name.
Shout out to high speed internet cable for the sub.
High speed cable internet.
High
Real
speed.
one.
I'm
Thanks.
sorry, Evelyn. High speed cable internet.
So it can be any jingle.
Anything that's like easy.
Like we've
kick
done
down.
O'Reilly's.
Okay.
What else have we
Mentos. We
done?
tried Mentos last time. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's too long.
But we gave it our
How
best
about
shot.
how about the baloney jingle? You guys know the baloney jingle?
My
No.
baloney has a first name. It's
So,
OSCAR. Yeah.
Okay,
My
well,
baloney. You guys don't know
I'm
it?
just gonna do
I
rhythm
don't-
with you guys because I don't know.
we'll snap along while you guys do it.
It's the fun one. Mark, you ready?
All right, are you ready? Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
This is the content. This is why you come to Live and Talk in LA, which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or Have Your Podcast. Megan, you ready?
Ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. My
My baloney
baloney
has a
is a
first name.
It's
It's
OSCAR.
OSCAR. My baloney has a second name. It's
It's
MEYER. You spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
I love to eat it every day. And something.
Take it, Megan.
Then I'll say,
Yes, yes.
because
yes.
Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA. Woo!
Hey,
Woo!
see, like I don't
I
ever
love
want
Out
to
of
hear
the
you say you don't do.
recesses
Yeah, I don't want to hear you ever say you don't do crowd work. That was the epitome of crowd work and freestyle and
Yeah.
doing the Oscar Mayer wiener.
You carried that shit.
I love that you just have that cataloged in the
You
back
know,
of your
important
brain.
things, not there. But the Oscar Mayer Wiener jingle, apparently forefront of my mind.
I just remembered the like giant truck that looks like an
Yes.
Oscar Mayer wiener. That was my
That
favorite.
thing still gets around.
I think that
and,
they're like taking a like cross country tour. Am I crazy? Did I read that somewhere?
they probably are.
Unknown.
Like, but that's like
I'm
a sign of the
down.
times. Like in the 80s and 90s, you're like, dude, I saw the Oscar Mayer wiener truck. Now it's like if you told me that,
Yes.
I'm slapping in the head. I'm like, who cares, bro? Like that. But at the time, that was like,
That was cool.
that was like
Like-
seeing Bigfoot.
Kraft singles commercials were so amazing. The little cheese every time you pulled them. I'm like, do they even make commercials for Kraft anymore?
It's all medicine commercials now.
That you can't even
That's all I
pronounce,
get.
dude. Or they sound like some weird shit.
It's all these
always
side effects
bad.
that
Sky
always
Rizzy,
lead to
dude?
death. It's always bad.
What is Sky Rizzy?
Oh my god, my Duolingo is threatening me. I forgot to do my lesson today. Oh lord.
They handed out wiener whistles. That's true. They did.
Oh, that's
They would
right.
have little wiener whistles. Man,
Oh, I forgot all about that.
taking it back.
Someone has visited the Wienermobile. That's how they know they handed out wiener whistles. Yep. There you
I'm a
go.
big wiener
Did
fan
they
over here.
add curvature to the vehicle? Yes.
Yeah.
The vehicle has curvature. It does kind
Yes.
of have that little swoop parabola, open
Yeah, it's
parabola.
got like a bow, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
an arc.
As do
you
the
will.
whistles. Yeah.
As do
Oh,
this is true. As
that's
do the
good.
As do the whistles. Yeah. Gotta have curvature in your whistle, guys.
whistles.
And it shrinks when it rains too. It's crazy. I don't
If
know
it's
how they
cold
did that.
outside,
That's
it gets a little
insane.
smaller.
Yeah.
Am I reading this correctly? Megan, did you play Dora in Dora the Explorer Live Experience?
Yes.
Okay.
This
I don't know
is-
where. Yeah.
I don't know
Ooh.
how I know that. Somebody must have passed along that information somehow,
Oh, yeah.
secretly.
So, quite a few years ago, I was Dora the Explorer in Dora Live at the Nora Center for the Performing Arts in Palos Verdes. So we did a limited run. It was mainly for kids, but yeah, it was an equity
Dang.
or it was a non-union show. Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
it was
so
so much fun.
cool. Were you in a wig?
yeah. And you wanted? I sure was in a super adorable wig. I have a photo
Yeah.
somewhere. But I'm not gonna share. Yeah, yeah. It's so fun to portray a child when you are a grown woman, having to appear flat-chested so you don't freak everyone out. That was
yeah.
fun.
Interesting.
That was so fun. But no,
Whoa, the things you don't think about.
memorizing that show was one of the biggest memorization challenges I've ever had because it was a 2-hour show and I drove the show. So, like
Yeah.
8 or 9 songs and like 2 hours of dialogue off and on, so maybe like an hour and a half. It was a lot.
Songs.
Yeah.
You
so
could have done
now
backpack.
I did do backpack, but I'm not doing it today.
Yeah, the respect. I understood it was more not as fun as a wiener. Anyway,
Evelyn, that was like a good hot ones pull right there.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
one.
thank you.
You
Wow.
killed that.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Evelyn
Have
was like-
intel somewhere.
Yeah.
Digging deep.
Swipe or no swiping. She just dropped that. That's
Someone must be going through my Instagram pretty far back if they're
Listen,
finding that stuff.
I did do my due diligence and Instagram stalk you. I don't remember that one, so I might just have like
Pretty far back,
repressed
yeah.
it.
Came to her in a
I-
dream.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
alright.
mean, again, like we we were supposed to have you back in February. So
Yeah.
like we're gonna do all the content that we missed. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
My intel is pulling directly from your website.
Oh, great. Oh, perfect. Yes. Oh, it's on my resume. There we go.
Yeah. You
Okay.
have a
You pulled up my
resume,
actor
which-
resume.
Hey guys,
There
if
we
you
go.
guys want to hire her,
Yeah.
please go check her out.
Yes. Always
We're gonna-
open for that.
We'll do all the content that we planned from February, Super Bowl Sunday, which is Iran. We'll never go to war with them, right?
Oh no.
Let's-
Did not age well. Mark, that did
No,
not age well.
no,
No.
did not.
Gas
age
prices
well.
will never get to $7,
Oh.
right? That's a LA hot
It's
take.
fine.
Yeah.
This isn't aging well at all, is it?
No.
Man, you're really taking this right now. Mark.
I love that he's determined to get through that list though. Like he's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna hit every
I-
bullet point
yeah.
we
True.
did
Like,
not get.
We always do like a little peek behind the scenes because we have a show Bible, and like
Fun.
we try to be professional here. I sent you the email, and I'm like, I looked at the email, I'm like, why the fuck am I talking about the Super Bowl? And like, it's because that's how far
We're
back
gonna
this
do
is
it.
supposed to go. And I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder if she read that. I wonder if anyone read
I
that.
did.
Okay,
I
you
read
did.
it. Yeah.
You know
okay.
what's funny?
Yeah,
I
we all
skimmed
read it
it.
for sure, Mark.
I skimmed it. I did not read it. Like I saw
Yeah.
that you threw a link, and I saw that you said something about my Disney question, or excuse my language, my question, and then
Mhm.
we made some changes. But yeah, I
See,
did
I
not
read the
catch
email.
that.
It's weird. I get it, dude. You want to make fun of me because I'm a Disney adult. I get it. That's like,
Dude, it's
We had to rip on you. Every
one
once
of
in a while.
your biggest flaws, yet we love you for it.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
I've
awesome.
accepted you.
that's okay, Mark. There's a child in all of us, you know? It's okay.
For some of us, it's Dora.
I know, for some of us, it's Dora. I know. That was good. That was funny. See, comedian, you could be one. Look at that.
Let's
Watch
get it.
out.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
miserable
go do
and I got
stand-up.
like 3 jokes. I can do it.
Just say
Well,
them
I
all
think
really slowly.
before we say that's a good place to end, Megan, is there, we want to give the spotlight to you, put the mic on you, the light on you, which is, where can they find you and all that good stuff?
Oh, that's so nice of you. So I am on social at Megan.Lomeli, Lomeli, Instagram and Facebook, and also my website, meganlomeli.com. I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA, and I love my agent and manager, and they're so good. And just learning, growing every day. And shout out to Vargas, the best promoter ever, who has really helped me get my foot in the door, and also to David, who's one of the greatest comedy coaches who's really helped me, and my comedian friends like Mr. Callahan, Mr. Mark, Deja, all those good folks. So thanks
all
for that.
The
All the
fans
shout
and
outs.
everyone in the chat.
Awesome.
Shout out to you
And
guys.
oh my gosh, all my friends and family in the chat, thanks for coming out and supporting my first
We love you
podcast.
guys.
Woohoo!
Woo woo! You made
Nice.
it.
I know.
We would roll out the red carpet at this stage. That's what Sean
Yeah.
Evans says on Hotlines. Rolling out the red carpet for you. But thanks for coming on. We've had such a blast.
Yeah, normally when we
everyone.
pitch the show to agents, they're like, "You guys are still on? That's crazy."
They're like, what? We would not hire that.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll
But
make it to
yeah.
SAG eventually.
Podcast Digest said to live and talk in LA. Wait, why? And that's just the review we got. Well, I think that's a good place to end. We're gonna pivot over to Pillow Talk. Evelyn, welcome back. How about you take us out today?
I'd be honored. You guys, we are To Live and Talk in LA. Go follow our guests. Go follow us on Instagram or all the socials. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. We are live on Wednesdays at 7:30 and available on your streaming service every Thursday morning. Stay for Pillow Talk. Join us live next time if you're not here live with us now. But we'll see you next week. Peace.
Hey.
Nice.
We
That's
survived.
clear.
I just-
We did
Barely.
it.
Oh my gosh. He would
Mark,
die
okay?
right
Don't
on that.
die. Do
Come
not
on,
die.
dude. Keep it together.
You guys
Hold
are
it
so
about-
good.
Didn't it go by fast? How do you feel?
Really fast. I feel a little sweaty, I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But that's
That
because,
does
you know,
happen.
One of
Okay,
us.
'cause, like-
One of us.
No,
Yeah.
One of us.
Yeah,
we all
we
sweat in different places.
It's true.
it gets hot, we sweat, and like you're driving the spaceship and all the good stuff. But like what a good guest, Megan. This is a
You're
good
so
time.
nice.
Yeah, like
Thank
we had a
you.
really good time with you. We hope you had fun.
I had so
Uh,
much fun. Thanks for reaching out. Let me know if you want me to help you with any rooftop situations.
She's so with it, dude. Look at that. She's ready to
There
go
was a
back.
question in the
Round
chat
2.
earlier. I guess we can revisit that.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
prefer to have more stage time, or are you somebody who's like, I'd rather have a quick set? Because you ran a 40-minute set. That's brave.
Dude. I prefer more time. Like if I can have more time and I'm aware that I have more time, like even if it's a few minutes in advance, then I can run more material. And that's the name of the game. I think the last time Mark, Deja, and I got together and had a show, I think Deja had like an hour and a half, and I think Mark, you had quite a bit of material too. And I think now I'm up to like an hour and 25 total, but not all of it is like an easy flow, right? So I think the more time I have, then the more I can like start pulling pieces in
hour
and
and a
getting things
half?
to be quick. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying it's all great, but I have. But
I mean, still, like you
not
can
all.
talk, you
But
can
it's
tell jokes
something.
for an hour and a half straight. That's wild.
sure can. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
I think I have like maybe like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. And that's like if I were to go in my catalog and like
Right.
put stuff together, I think that's where I cap out at. I think you always want more time because like
right.
I think for me, when I get more time, I actually don't try to do any more. I actually try to do less. And it's like, okay, I can actually slow down and tell the joke because you're talking about how like when you get excited, you talk really fast.
Mhm.
And it's like in the first time you do stand up, you're like, you have 6 minutes, go for it, and in your head, like, I don't do this anymore, but I used to record myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I have 6 minutes, so when I get to this joke, I know I'll be at 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, like, what happens when you go up on stage, you're like, hey, you're Sagittarius, I'm Sagittarius, and I had ambrosia, and like you just start blurting out like words like vomit.
Quickly. Yeah.
And then like when you get to the joke, you're like, well, that's the 5 minute mark, and then the light doesn't come on because the light tells you when you have a minute left, and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck happened. Like you have 3 minutes of extra time because you just speed run through your whole set.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
sucks.
The only thing that I have timed is the last minute. Once I see that light, I know that that's a minute. And so if I have a joke at the end that I know is about a minute, I can get away with that. My worst fear is running over because they don't like that. That's like not fair to the other comedians. So that's the only thing is I know approximately how long, but you know, Mark, I go too fast. So I gotta slow it down. But then once I see that light, I'm like, shove in the minute joke and then I'm done. I'm out.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, you got an exit procedure.
Yeah.
I think it's really impressive, like, because I mean you have the acting background, like, because when I watch you, like, there's certain people I'll watch, and it's like you're very well polished. I think that's like the thing that what stands out to me is like
Thank you, Mark.
being able to kind of like effectively tell the story. Like me, like when I'm doing it, like I'm just like, okay, remember the hits and remember the bit, and like, and it never comes out the same way like twice, and I think that's a problem for me, because like I think when you tell a joke, sometimes like even just changing a word can kind of do something. Like it'll change the will it be funny or not. And I think because I'm just like all over the place, sometimes I just don't get to experience. I don't get to. It just doesn't happen for me like that, and I have to find a way to work with it. But it's I mean it's different styles, right?
Right. And I think that you probably have, I know some of your jokes because I've heard you a lot. There's some of those jokes that I don't know whether you realize it, but you say it almost the same way every time. And it's because you've gotten used to where people are laughing.
Um,
And that's fine. And then there's moments when you don't memorize, and it's the same for me. Like a if I have someone that has interjected, or if I have someone that's really loud or who's calling things out or who's super drunk, it'll throw me off. And then I'll have to recover and then go into the next joke. Like one time I had a lady whose cell phone went off in the middle of my set and her ringer was a cricket. So it sounded like there were crickets in the audience while I was trying to tell my jokes. And then I had to quickly pivot and I was like, all right, I'm not that bad. Like, who needs to shut off their phone? Like, but it's that kind of thing where you're trying to get the joke out the same way, but even through your best efforts, it might not come out that way. That's okay. It's fine.
I've learned every comedian bombs someday. Like that's
sure.
just like I thought like that was more unique, but now
for
meeting
Mark,
two
I get it.
women. Yeah, I thought it was just Mark because that's my only exposure to
No.
comedian. But now that I've spoken to two women, I know that the answer is true. And that everybody does kind of just have their bomb moment. Do you have one that like sticks out in your head?
Yeah, and you're always your own worst critic. There are moments that are funnier than others, and I use my friends who have been so kind to come on and shout me out today on the podcast. They come to a lot of my shows, and my husband, as you know. So I'll use them as a barometer, like, hey, did this joke work? Hey, did this timing work? Was this part funny? Was that not funny? What was more funny? And so they're always so supportive, and they have never said to me like that sucked, but they have said this part was really funny. I think if you slowed this part down, you might get a laugh. Or I don't think this really connected because there's no Gen Zs in the audience. Like no one laughed because no one got it. So that type of feedback helps me know like, okay, I might not have bombed, but I definitely didn't crush it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
to me, bombing is like you walk up there and you like forget everything. And I knocking on wood that doesn't happen, but I think there's like, I feel like as long as you go up there and you do your best, like you're making progress. You might not have crushed it, but you're working on it.
No, I've told a story about me bombing, and that's the reason why I will write out my like jokes. Like I have to like physically write it because I don't retain anything if I just type it. And I love I mean I love a good email. I love typing, but for whatever reason it just doesn't register, and I blank out. So like I craft my set and the lineup of the jokes, and I have to write it out and outline it.
Mm-hmm.
That's do you believe in the same thing? I wonder if you subscribe to my thought, which is like, we're doing these showcases, like, and you're doing stand up, and you're doing a room you've never been at before, or like it's just new audience and they don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the audience knows if they like you or not the second you walk up there. And like, do you think the same? I think that's a thing. I think the audience has a preconceived notion of you if they like you or not as you walk up. Do you believe that?
Wait, as a mob or as individuals?
As an individual, so
Like
I
as a
go up there.
comedian?
You guys know
Oh,
nothing about me, and I walk up there. Immediately, once I walk up there, I think you guys know if you like me or not as I walk up. And I
It's
have
like
I,
five
think-
seconds.
Yeah, right? I think everyone's kind of like, to some degree, right? When you say
Mhm.
you're making a like predetermined analysis of someone based on how they walk, their appearance, the way they're holding the microphone before anything even comes out of their mouth, whether or not that's acceptable, totally different topic, but you're
Yeah.
making that judgment and it's something everyone does. Now, I tend to wait until they start talking to see
Mm.
if they're carrying themselves or like if their jokes are actually funny. So I've kind of, because now I know more comedians and I realize like you can be wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants and be the funniest person on the planet.
Mhm.
You know, so now I tend to just wait and
Mm.
just see what they have to say and how they say it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. There's nothing wrong with, you know, everybody judges on first blush and
Yeah, because
I-
Yeah.
I feel that every time I go up there, and like before I even say a word, I have a feeling like if I'm gonna have to work extra hard. I feel like there's some nights where like the room is warm, they're kind of heated up already, and I
Mhm.
walk up there, I'm like, oh, this guy seems like a chill dude. And there's times where like people have no idea what the fuck to think about me, and I already know I'm working at a net negative, and I have to work harder to turn that around, and it drives me nuts. I hate that.
That's
I
what
want to
it's
be.
like to be a
I
woman,
want
by
you to
the
know
way.
my name and be like, just I'm laughing when I hear his name.
We'll try. I laugh when I
you-
hear your name.
Thank you.
That's because you guys are such good friends. But that's really the audience. Like, that's
Yeah.
not people in general. That's sometimes rooms suck. Like, people are great for the most part, but sometimes when you get into a room, it could be where you are in the set, it could be
Mm.
just everyone had a bad day. Sometimes people don't laugh as much. And if,
Yeah.
to your point, the room could be warm and people could be tired. Like, that's not you, you know?
Do you guys know who Oz the Mentalist is? This is like
I've heard
I
that.
had no idea who this person was, but I just saw him on like the what is it, the backyard or the basement yard? That's what it is. Podcast. He's this
Didn't
guy
this
that's
guy
like
perform at the correspondence?
yeah,
dinner?
he did. He performed at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah.
And
that's
yeah,
all.
I know. I didn't love that, to be honest. But this guy, I thought he was like a mind reader based off of the clips that I was watching. But he's not a mind reader. He calls himself a mentalist. And I caught a clip where he was talking about how you can basically like he will cue the room leading up to like certain tricks so that he
Interesting.
can persuade you to think in a certain direction without you even realizing it. And he specifically said that he has to do that in a room of a group full of people because if he did it individually, your behavior changes when you're not in a room full of people, the way you respond to things or the way you look at things. And I feel like when you walk into a comedy show, that's what that like vibe is in the room. Like they've already decided and then you just like kind of try to work with it, but you're not the mentalist. So you can't like
Yeah.
finagle it and pull it out. Or you manage because you're having a great set, you know? Like it just depends.
That's a really good point. I like that analogy.
Megan,
See, Mark?
Mark's just like
See, look,
Megan-
what she said. You can't control it.
Megan,
Can't control it.
I
That's
think
a
the
simple
last show I
version,
did
yeah.
was with you.
Yeah.
I think. Do
Okay.
you remember before me, there was that one girl who had like cerebral palsy and in a wheelchair?
Oh yeah, she's so funny.
She's so funny, but like, okay, this always happens to me. Like some really random shit, which is like, I was glad she was funny, but like, there's this weird moment where I'm getting emotional because I'm about to cough again.
we can tell.
Like, is he about to cry? What's happening?
Yeah.
Don't mind him.
Like the music plays and then like they have to put up a ramp and come down, and I'm like waiting to go like because you know like you're on deck, you're like ready to go, and like the music is playing, they're playing YMCA as she's getting off the stage, but it takes some time because she has to go down the ramp, and then the ramp has actually I had to walk up the ramp because they didn't want me to wait,
Yeah.
and then like I then am hearing the longest intro of like YMCA or Beyonce. And then I'm just, okay, it's time for me to go up. And then she's slowly going down the ramp. And I finally go up the ramp. I hug Sally and I see them breaking down the ramp as like, and I'm like, what? Like, this is throwing me off. Like, I'm
It's
sorry,
fucking
I'm
me
not
up.
the
Yeah.
professional you think I am, but like all these variables are happening, and I'm just trying to lock in. Like, I don't know why like
got
shit like that happens all
distracted.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need like specific conditions to thrive. You're like a little fish. You need to
Temperature controlled
acclimate.
environment.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
it makes you feel any better, I did not notice that that happened to you, meaning it didn't appear as though you were struggling with getting on the stage. Like, I don't mean
Yeah.
that
That was
you mean
acting. Acting.
acting. You put on the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do love, Mark. The thing I love the most about your set is that you always give out swag. Every time you're like, listen to my podcast. It's super great. You get a sticker and you get a sticker and you get a sticker. And
People
I'm like,
love free shit.
they do. And he does it right there on stage. And so my husband's like, I got a sticker. And I'm like, yeah, that was Mark. And he's like, you think I'll get another one? I'm like, if you keep sitting in the front, you probably will
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
another
yeah.
one.
Bro, I'll give you a T-shirt. I'll throw one at him and
You
dude.
should do a t-shirt cannon from the front.
Did I talk about
Just
when,
shoot some shit.
Yeah. See,
Did I
I
talk
learned
about
something
when-
from the sports.
Yeah,
I
there you
talk-
go. The sports.
did I tell you guys about when like this like Latina chick came up to me and wanted a sticker? Like,
Yes,
and I
but you're
and-
welcome to repeat it for Megan.
Like
Yeah.
I remember coming off. I don't know if you're like this too, but like when I'm coming off stage, like my adrenaline is just like up here, right at my head, and I'm like,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden I'm
Yeah,
like,
Victor knows.
and then like, I walked up the stage, and this girl comes up to me, like this like Hispanic chick, and she's kind of cool, and I'm like, she's like blah blah blah, and I'm like, huh? And then she says it again, I'm like, huh? And then she says, oh, can I get a sticker? I'm like, oh yeah, totally. And like, I don't know if like she was flirting with me. I don't know if she just really wanted a sticker. I was like, yeah, here you go, buddy. And then they just walked off.
Dude, she almost cut you off after the second, huh? Because
Huh?
you only get two. If you would have done a third, she would have been like, forget it.
Yeah. So do you think that was adrenaline or was she not speaking English?
I mean, maybe in my head, like she was like speaking Spanish. And I just didn't
Yeah, that's
register. But
like
Yeah.
maybe she was trying to like, oh, he looks bilingual. I don't know.
Yeah.
You
I'm inclined to believe Mark is the problem. I don't know. That's just,
she could. I mean,
I
she,
was
like,
trying to give him an easy out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
She could have been
Yes.
flirting, and I would have missed it, and it's happened my whole life. I don't know. Like that shit
Mhm.
happens all
Mark,
the time.
Is that what
Mhm.
flirting sounds like to you? Like when someone flirts with you, does it sound like confusing?
Huh?
Yeah, huh?
Guys
Yeah,
can't tell
exactly.
What's going on.
Yeah,
when
that's
being
exactly
flirted
how it
with.
is.
No idea.
I
Um,
don't think so. You
can
have
we,
a lovely wife. There's no way that you know, stole her heart by saying, huh? There's no way.
Actually, she gets pissed off when I do that. So, but yeah, she's worked through it. Like that, I
She's
think
not
that's
wrong.
just. Can we do the in the show? Do we have those accidental moments? Do we want to do that before we let Megan go?
The how does it feel to be God's favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a segment, little game that we pulled out for you because I wanted to know how it feels to be God's favorite after catching your Halloween spokes and jokes hair blowing in the wind moment. I was like, that is so legendary. And I feel like I would be sweating if I were on the stage. So, like, having that fan moment is just so iconic. So, we have a couple of like rating your top accidental main character moments. 1 to 5 is the goal here.
Great.
Megan on Spokes and Jokes, we'll start there. Hair blowing in the wind. How are you rating that accidental main character moment from a 1 to 5?
Oh, definitely a 5. That's prime main character energy because you don't get that fan in a
Yeah.
TV or movie unless you're like locked on in that camera, you know?
Yeah, that's a 5. I knew it, but I had to
Mhm.
ask. I had to start.
Of course.
Okay. You guys don't get a say on that one because it was a 5. A crowd
It's
reaction
fair. It's fair.
on a throwaway line.
Mm.
1 to 5. Like, you didn't know that was gonna hit. Are you like, damn, I thought that was gonna not hit, and then it did, so you're like confused, so it's like a 2, or are you like stoked?
I'm going to do a 3 because that could go
3.
either
Middle of the
way.
road. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Mark's
that's
like
a 5.
5.
That's a 5 for me, dude. Like I get very reactive with the crowd, and like there's times where like if I do something or I say something that really hits, I have been known to hit the silencer, the LeBron silencer, and start breaking the back, like I will get that hyped up.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, on that. So that's a huge five for me. I like it's that, and when I make a black person laugh.
Oh yeah, you've
Yeah.
mentioned that one before.
Like-
That
like-
Is that difficult? That's
No, but like it kind
I
of
think
is.
he thinks it is.
I
okay.
know
Feels extra good.
it is. It's a little more difficult. It can be, but also like when black people laugh, it's like ASMR. Like you know they're laughing, and it
Uh-huh.
makes you feel really good. Like I love that.
You like to hear people enjoying it. That makes sense.
Specifically black
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Specifically. Noted.
Yeah.
Okay, two people open separate doors and it creates a double door entrance for you. They're both exiting the same place. They
Delightful.
pull it. That's a 5 for me. I'm like
I'm with
flying
you.
through that.
I love
I'm
it.
with
feel
you.
like a
That's
star.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, what are you reading that?
It depends on where I'm at, because like like if I'm too far, then all of a sudden I have to do the hustle run of like, oh, thank you, and then I have to do that whole thing to kind of catch up. So if I'm that far, it's a 2. If I'm
Yeah,
if I'm
understood.
within the range, it's a 4.
Okay, so not quite. Vic, what do you
Did
think?
Victor vote? Yeah. I was like,
Sometimes I'll hang back so people don't open the door for me. Like when I'm going to work, I literally, if I see people like going to the elevator, I'll like pretend to get a call or something and just stand there for like 10 seconds because I don't even want to be there with people. But I do like it if it lines up and I'm nearby and I can walk through at my normal, very slow walking pace like a G. Then it's great. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Have you, in lieu of what Victor said, have you guys ever picked up your phone and pretended to take a call just so you can like avoid
All
something?
the time.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Not all the time, but I should do it
Yeah.
more. I
It-
have
it-
done that.
You know what? It's really hard to do when you have AirPods. Like it's
Yeah.
easy to do when like you pick up the phone, because I understand picking up the phone and putting it to the ear, but
Yeah.
like when I'm doing on the AirPods, I think extra hard. I like look at my screen and squint. I'm like, oh, voicemail, and then I have to announce it to the world, and then I
No.
click, yeah, and I walk
No,
away.
my favorite is if I have my like pods in, I'll just like say something that's not related, and then like I'll realize that somebody's talking to me, and I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
I like point
Ah.
at my AirPod like on the, and then I just usually I'm not lying though. I just like going like this and being like, sorry, I did see. But that's just me.
I did that to leave a Zanku chicken line last week. I was in the store, and the guy's like, "Hey, you need anything?" I'm just looking at the menu, and I realized I wanted Hawaiian barbecue instead. So I pretended to take a call from my girlfriend, walked across the parking lot. I'm out, dude.
I hate when you're
That's a
faking it
big
and then
move
the
to
screen
move.
turns on inside and they can see it's
Oh
your lock screen.
no.
Oh, see, that's why you gotta go with the pod one.
Yeah, you're faking it and you get an actual call. You're like, oh, fuck. You gotta run,
Oh,
dude. You just
how
gotta
did that
run.
happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you wear a new outfit for the first time and you get several compliments. 1 to 5.
Ooh, I'm gonna say 4.
You're not jazzed. You're not like hyped up when
Well,
somebody's like,
and-
"That's so cute," and you're like,
Yeah, but then I'm gonna be a little Mark in this instance, and when I say Mark, I'm gonna say like a little opposite of what most people think,
Mhm.
because why don't I look good all the time? And why didn't you give me a compliment on my other outfit?
Yeah,
And like,
Mm.
do
So
I
now
look
they
terrible
notice
in-
something
Yes.
different.
Why? Hello. And does that mean now I have to spend more money on new clothes all the time for you to say I look good? No. You look at my shirt that I wore 2 days ago and you tell me that looks good every time.
That is moral conundrum. You're right. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
be thinking about that every time. I'm
Sorry.
like, man, I must look nicer today. But low key, I don't dress nice, so
You look
it's with
nice.
effort for you
Yeah.
guys. I
Oh.
did. But yeah, it's not a common one. For me.
Ladies in this call right now on our podcast, if this is a phenomenon, I just wanted to see if you guys do this too. Like Victor, I don't know if you've clocked this, or Gen Z clock it. That's what Gen Z says. Is when you tell a woman, "Hey, nice shoes." They'll say thanks, but in addition to saying thanks, they'll always kick up their foot in the back, and then they'll kind of like look at it. Do you guys do that?
I do that. I
I
don't know
think-
if
Yeah.
I think I do a front tap. Like I'll do like thanks. Like I do like a boop, like
Stick
little
it out. Yeah.
princess moment. Like a little.
yeah.
jazz
That's
of the finger.
it's actually a joy of mine to do that. When I see like a girl, I'm like, hey, like nice shoes, and they're like, oh, thanks. So, like to live and talk and lay listeners, if you can do this, if you talk to women or you're like, you don't have a restraining order, try this.
Oh my God.
Say nice shoes and see if they put their foot up, and if they do, then it's a phenomenon.
Mark, what
In
do you
Mark's
do when?
defense,
Wait,
oh,
go ahead. No, you go.
okay. Well, when I was like incredibly single and lonely, Mark was trying. He was such a good friend, and I never give Mark credit until like 4 or 5 years later. This is what always happens, right? But he ends up being right most of the time. He gave me a few tips. He said, grow out your facial hair and start complimenting women's shoes, because I was just like nervous all the time. And you know what? Now that I am dating my lovely girlfriend and I've grown out my facial hair and it all worked, I've now been passing this gem on to other guys. I was just telling somebody last week, dude, you want to start a conversation with a woman? Just compliment her shoes. It's the gold standard. And I do it now too, because I don't feel like I'm flirting with people. So I can just bust it out. And it works every goddamn time, dude.
Nice
You're right.
shoes. Yeah.
You're right. Hey, those are cool shoes. They're like, what? Thanks. Always. Always.
I was Hitch.
You were his Hitch?
Yeah, I was
You
Will
were
Smith.
Hitch.
And eventually
And I was like-
I'll slap Chris Rock.
I was doing everything I could
Full
to
circle.
resist your hitch skills, dude. So I'm sorry, but it all worked out.
One day people will listen, guys. I'm just saying.
They'll try.
He listened.
There's a lot more on here, but I only have one really that I want to talk about specifically. And if you guys like another one, feel free. You parallel park in front of your boss,
Ooh,
and it's like smooth. 1 to 5.
1.
That's a 1.
1? You don't even
I don't
care?
care about that. I
What?
prepare
I
so
don't
well.
care.
Yeah.
And it's not that
If
I
your
don't care
boss
about the
just
person,
caught
right?
it?
Well, I mean, for me, Victor, I don't know. You can disagree or agree. I just feel like parallel parking as a way to impress somebody, like, I don't want it to be my boss. I want it to be like my best friends. And then I'll be like, you all can't do that. And then they'll be like, yeah, we can. And then we'll have like a battle. My boss, like, it doesn't matter. Like,
I just want the flex of like somebody important seeing me just like finesse. Like I'm I'm not gonna say I'm a great parallel parker because then that's gonna bite me in the ass one day. But I think I'm okay. I'm not that terrible. But that moment when you're just like sing sing, and then somebody's like, wow, they really like on a high traffic street, and you just like that would be so cool. But that's me.
I want to see
Yeah.
you parallel park because I have a feeling you'd be like a boss. I would definitely hit the curb. So that's why I gave it a 1. Like, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen for me. Victor could totally do it. He looks like a guy that can parallel park the heck out of
I'm
something.
like Baby Driver, dude. I bust that
See?
shit out. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like Evelyn would hit the curb, though. I think
Aw,
you're giving her
dude.
too
I
much
mean,
credit.
if I don't care, like, yeah, sure. Or if I'm like in a bind, like I might hit the curb over hitting a car.
Don't
I
look
mean,
at the
sure.
wheels on my car. They're not all scraped up from hitting the curb. It's from banging other people off the road and doing cool
It's from
street
other
shit.
things.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's from street racing
I don't
and my
believe that.
Volvo.
Not fighting curbs.
Megan, do you
No.
back into parking spots?
No.
No, Evelyn's
Unless I
back.
absolutely
Good.
have to.
I do it now just to spite Mark.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
now I just know, like it's like when he walks into the room and he feels it's wrong. I'm doing it's me. I pulled in backwards in a parking
Because, like,
spot.
yeah,
Dorks.
9 times out of 10, you don't need to do it. Megan, it makes a valid point, which is sometimes you have to do it based on the lay of the land.
Sure.
Okay, I do not appreciate this at all whatsoever. Is when someone is driving in front of you, you're behind them in the garage, and like all of a sudden they make this conscious decision to back into the spot. You have to what Evelyn's saying. You have
You
to
can't
back
do
into
it
the
in a
spot.
crowded area, dude.
You have to
That's
back
the
into the
thing.
spot like you're trying to impress your boss or your BFFs. Because what this person did was they tried backing up, and all of a sudden they fucked up the angle, and then like their car is kind of sticking out in an awkward way.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I know you don't expect me to fucking wait for you and watch you pull
I
out.
know I gotta
They
refer
do,
to
though.
give you space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do. And they
Yeah.
do.
They do. They
Those
expect you
people
to wait.
suck. Okay. They
Yeah.
do suck.
I said, fuck you. I am going to just take this in front of you, and you will know that you should be embarrassed right now with this. You shouldn't have
And
pulled this move
those
off.
people, probably not actually from LA, if we're being real. They're probably from out of
Mhm.
town and they moved here and they think, I'm just going to take my time because they'll wait. We don't want to wait. Los Angelinos are
That's
very
the
busy. We have
real
things-
LA hot take. that anybody who reverses is actually a transplant. If you reverse into their parking spot
Yeah.
unnecessarily, you're a transplant.
Yeah.
We gonna save 3 seconds when you leave? Get the fuck out of here.
90%
hate
of cars have backup cams, so it's not as big of a deal as it used to
Oh,
be. It's not like
yeah,
you're not
that's true.
It'll be
seeing.
fine.
The Guatemalan has a camera in the back when she backs up. Dude, I was like, what is this beast? Like, that's on the. It was a fly on the camera. It took me a second to. I was like, what is going? Because I saw the wing; it was transparent, and I see like hairy leg, and
Oh
I'm like,
man.
what is this thing? And it was
That's
it was
disgusting.
5:45 in the morning, 6 a.m. I was confused, and I realized it was a fly, and I was like, oh my god! I was terrified of this thing.
So here's the real question. Did you park the car, go out and get it off the camera, or did you just like power through and hoped you could see past it because you were just like, I'm not getting out of the car?
Actually,
Look at him. Look at
I
him.
got,
He
I
just
got-
powered through.
no, I got out of the car.
Oh.
And I was like, where are you? And I started like, but I don't know where the camera actually is on the cam. So I'm just waving my hand in front of behind the license plate, and I'm like, get out of here. And then then I just got back in the car and I forgot. So but I didn't see it later when I got back in the car after the gym. I did not see the fly.
Your mating call worked.
Yeah.
It worked. Get out of here,
Yeah.
you fly.
I was made. Yeah, the fly was all super
Uh.
horny and confused. Like, what's going on, dude?
It's kind of a shitty way to end the episode. Is that a good pun? Shitty? 'Cause flies?
That's so funny.
Is that
Actually,
okay? Is it? I don't
Totally
know. It's
fine.
kind of a
Yes.
stretch.
No,
Sorry,
Emily,
I
it's
tried the Mark
fine.
moment.
You should do stand up with me on top of a pool.
Yeah,
and stand
you
out.
got a
You'll
lot of
kill it,
talent,
dude.
Evelyn.
Dude, I'll take that low-key 40-minute set tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah, Evelyn, you can do it.
Megan,
Alright.
thanks so much for joining us. It's been a
Yay.
fun
Thank you
time.
for having me. Thank
Congrats
you,
on your
everyone.
first. We love
Yeah.
being
Thank
the first.
you. So excited.
We hope you'll
Yes,
be back.
I would love
s-
that.
Stream. We'll see you guys next week and all the good stuff. And we'll